Well, time now to bring you our Media Watch. I'm joined by Catalina de Marchand-Abreu. Good to have you with us. Catalina, we're kicking off with more than 1 million minks that will be killed in Denmark's mink farms.
Yes, Rochelle, this is due to a massive COVID-19 outbreak that started in June and has now infected more than 60 mink farms in Denmark. Other news sources are saying that the number is actually higher and up to 2.5 million minks would be euthanized. The measure was ordered by the Danish government, and scientists are still investigating why minks are so vulnerable to coronavirus compared to other animals. It is still unknown. This user saying, I haven't seen a great explanation for why minks are getting sick while other intensively farmed animals seem to not to be. Denmark is among the largest mink exporters in the world, producing nearly 90 million furs per year. But due to this outbreak, the Dutch government ordered in August that all mink fur farms must permanently close by March 2021. Spain and Utah have experienced similar outbreaks. This user is saying the vile reality of mink fur farming in Denmark today. Denmark has ordered the gassing of millions of mink, so this might represent the death of the mink fur industry as we know it, as stated by The Economist, a big win for animal rights activists. Rochelle.
That hashtag there, make fur history, trending quite a lot on social media.
Exactly.
Look, in other news that's kind of making headlines, if you will, on social media, Disney has strengthened their content, warning for racism in many of their classic films. Tell us more about that.
Yes, Disney just updated their content warning for racism in many of their films, some films including fan favorites such as Peter Pan, Dumbo, or The Aristocats. The initial disclaimer from last year read, "This program is presented as originally created. It may contain outdated cultural depictions." And the more strengthened message reads, "This program includes negative depictions and or mistreatment of people or cultures. These stereotypes were wrong then and are wrong now." So some online reactions, this user may be against the move, saying political correctness is a plague, but other users applauding the move, saying, "Parents watching cartoon Jungle Book recently, I was disturbed by racist stereotypes of the apes having Black American accents." So some other examples of racism in the classic Disney films that come with warnings include this cat in The Aristocats or the Siamese cats in The Lady and the Tramp, which depict negative stereotypes of Asian people. Then there's this Native American character in Peter Pan, stereotypical and contains cultural appropriation, or these black crows in Dumbo that portray anti-black stereotypes. So perhaps we can say that these Disney films didn't age so well, many of them animated films from the 50s, 60s, and 70s, Rochelle.
Okay, so Disney wanting to be at the forefront of this when it comes to, looking at their films and looking at cultural appropriation. Just a final subject from you, a coronavirus ad, Catalina, in Berlin, which has apparently gone quite wrong.
Yes, this ad in Berlin showing the middle finger for anti-maskers. The advert in English says, "We obey the corona rules." This ad came out on Tuesday, released by Berlin's tourism authority, and has already been withdrawn. Many people in social media found the ad to be insulting. This user saying, "This poster is shameful and indicative of this depraved city of Berlin because older people would not use the middle finger to communicate their displeasure." This other user saying, "Not just embarrassing marketing, but also morally reprehensible." But at the end of the day, the agency in charge said that they did, in fact, want to attract as much attention as possible without offending anyone, of course.
Of course, some older people might use the middle finger.
They might be insulted by an elderly woman showing the middle finger, indeed.
Possibly. All right, thank you very much for our roundup of what's making headlines on media, Catalina. Look, that's it from me for the time being. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. Time now to take you to our focus report for this Friday.